Hey, it's Tim. Life goals is interesting. Today, it's August 27th. I've got a Pumpkin Spice Latte. I never get these. And this bridge is cool. Today, or I think yesterday, was the first day of the fall stuff at Starbucks. And so I got today a Pumpkin Spice Latte. Life goals is the title of this video. Why? Because for once in my life, I'm just being real and honest. This is the first time in my life where I have ever had a life goal. I have never wanted to really do anything, really. I just did what was in front of me. It's always been that way, but now I have some life goals that we're going to talk about a little bit today in this video. But this bridge is so cool. It is so old. There's a I think 1920s. This is the old highway of the Highway 94, where in the town where I live, and now you can hear the traffic is beyond the bushes over there. But the bridge, I'm walking on the bridge, and now everybody walks down here. People come down here and do their wedding photos and graduation photos and all kinds of stuff, because it is such a cool looking old bridge. And sometimes, like just a few moments where the sun's about to be gone, but the sun dipped down over there and it looked really cool for a while. And sometimes you come through here and there's no greenery at all, but it is the middle of summer, and so it's very green right now. And so the bridge looks cool, and it's a really cool spot. I like to walk along the bridge, and I like the old road aspect of it, that this used to be the road that everybody drove on. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to go for the walk. I'm going to drink my Pumpkin Spice Latte. I'm a coffee drinker, a black coffee drinker, so this is extremely sweet. But I was thinking to myself, I want a little sweetness. And you know what? Sometimes they write a neat little note on your cup, but they didn't write any neat little note on my cup. Kind of disappointed. Sometimes it says enjoy or good to see you. I don't know, something nice in there. But hey, let's just turn the camera around. There it is. That's the tail end of the bridge. I'm in the middle here. I can look back that a ways where I came from, where I parked. But also, under the bridge, sometimes in the wintertime, under the bridge, isn't that a song? Red Hot Chili Peppers or something? There'll be many people living under there. Actually, right now, there might be... What'd I say? No, it's summertime now, so the river's dry. So it's a great camping spot for those who need a shelter, need a place to stay for the night. A little camping or whatever. And so, being that there's no water down there... Look, there's a Target shopping cart right over there. Yeah, there's a bunch of trash and debris. It's kind of gross down there, but it is a spot. The bridge up here is where it's pretty. So, anyway... let me tell you real quick about how my day went. It's been real busy. I have been an electrician for about 30 years. I worked at Round Table Pizza growing up in high school, and out of high school for a little bit. Then I went to work for a guy doing some construction stuff, and then I went to work for my friend's dad as had an electrical contracting company, and I've been there ever since. My early 20s, I started there, and I was there for a while, and then I went to another company, and then I got my license and started my own business in 2015, and now I'm a independent contractor, electrical contractor, and so that's kind of what I do. But I'm burned out. We talked about that before. I don't want to talk about that today, but I never really had that as a goal. It's just what I did. I think a lot of people end up with jobs, just you fall into it. If you don't really choose, if you don't pick when you're young, if you don't pick, and you just fall into whatever's there. Whatever comes available. And that's kind of what happened for me. And so that's what it was. And it's been fine. We have not starved. We have a house, and we are not starving. We're going to walk over here because this part's gross. There's poop and stuff on the ground. I don't want to show you that, but this is the old highway. This is really cool. This is Highway 94 in the East County of San Diego. And it veers up here and then rejoins the regular road up there. Somewhere right here, there's a crack in these here bushes, and we're going to walk out into the nature path. I think it's right here. Yeah, here it is. Oh, it's a little overgrown, I think. It is. It's overgrown, but that's right. So, yeah, that's what I ended up doing, and I never really had any clear goals or ideas of what I wanted to do. And so, I do now. I have a clear goal of what I am doing because I'm really enjoying it, and that is this, YouTube videos. I really enjoy, and it's not so much that I like the video part itself. I like to go out and do things. I'm very active, and now I can share it, more or less. Like today I was done with work. Today's work day was, I had an electrical service call for some people whose power, they were having some issues with their power, so I went over and fixed that. They were an elderly couple. So when that happens to me, I don't charge them very much because I feel like, well, I'm just, if they're, you know, people in the second part of their life and they don't have a steady income and they're old and they're retired and they're just making it. I don't know. They could be loaded. I don't care. But I like to do, I don't know. I just don't charge them a whole lot. And then we're doing a remodel, kitchen remodel thing. I had to go move a couple wires for one of the other contractors so he can get his work done. So after that, right after that, I had to do some post office work and, hey, where am I? I'm going over here. I had to do some, you know, mailing and post office box work and check my P.O. box and all that kind of stuff. And then I had to go down to Old Town San Diego. I had been down there the last 3 days in a row to work on sets for the play, the Beetlejuice play. Sets, we're building in stage walls, partitions, hung the main curtain, I rigged the main curtain, I did all that stuff, and that is not something I have ever been paid to do. I've been doing things like that for about 12 years with my daughter's theater company, and this is the first year. They said, keep track of your time, send us a bill. And I said, oh, cool. So I've been in the theater the last 3 days for the afternoons until the evening, about 6 o'clock or so, doing theater stuff. Now that's kind of fun because it's different, but it is hard work. And it's not like shoveling hard work, like shoveling dirt, but it's kind of hard. I get all sweaty. It's never cool in there. It's always hotter than heck in there. And it's dark, so when you go outside, you feel like you're a vampire. And so, yeah, that's what I did today. And so I thought, I'm not ready to go home. I want to go get, since it's Halloween time and it's a real pretty night. It's warm, 75 degrees and rather humid. There's a guy on a bike coming. There he goes. Rather humid. It's a nice night for a walk. So I'm going to walk out here. It's real pretty out here. It's kind of overgrown and green. So it looks very un-San Diego. Everything's around here usually pretty brown. It looks pretty good right now. It's real pretty. We're going to walk into these trees and there's a little creek crossing down here, which is dry, but there's a bridge. And anyway, goals in life. I don't want to, you know, be an electrician anymore. I want to pour myself into exploring as much as finances will let me. Exploring and sharing those explorations on YouTube. And the goals for my channel, I don't like calling it my channel. That sounds weird. It just sounds weird. It's not my channel. It is, but I don't like saying my channel. It's just kind of a weird thing to me. So I don't know what we're going to call it. I'll figure that out later. Hey, it's Tim. It's just a place, hopefully. Also, I have a really hard time staying on topic. I apologize. I noticed when I look at my analytics, if you don't know on YouTube, YouTube will break down who's watching your videos, when they watch them, what they watched them on, are they male or female, what their age range is. So everything that YouTube knows you. I'm talking to you right now, you watching this video. YouTube knows you, unless you kind of keep that private. I think there's ways to keep all that stuff private, but YouTube knows you. And the sky looks pretty. And well, it doesn't tell me who you are, but it just says, you know, like say, for example, that's what I want to bring up. 65% of my viewers watch these videos on a TV. I thought that's interesting because I really can't believe it. I watch YouTube videos on TV too. I'll sit down with my dinner, the coffee table in my living room, family room, whatever, and watch somebody's YouTube video that entertains me. And it's my evening TV. And I realize that's a shift. There's a shift happening. We used to watch Happy Days and Three's Company and Chips and stuff like that with our dinner at the table. Now I watch YouTube videos. I watch people's exploring. I watch people that go and do things and explore, and it inspires me to do the same. I know this is not very exciting right now. I'm walking down this road, but the sky is beautiful, and I hope you're seeing that and enjoying it. And you're probably watching it if you're one of those 65%. Of 12 people, which isn't very, 65% of 12 people is probably about 7 to 8 people maybe, are watching my videos on TV. I thought that's cool. I kind of do the same thing. And so people are watching, like you, or like yourself possibly, are watching YouTube videos on TV. So I've been rattling and I'm out of breath and I haven't even sipped my coffee. Look at this pretty beautiful view. You look at that. The sky looks fantastic. Well, I sip my vanilla. Ugh, that's so sweet. Holy crap. That is the sweetest thing. yeah, so it's, I don't know, I think it's interesting. People are watching YouTube on TV, and I hope you watch my videos on TV with your dinner, and you enjoy whatever the heck it is I'm doing while I'm watching TV on dinner. And I want to say, I'm really excited because I started this thing called Buy Me a Coffee fundraiser kind of deal to help me out a little bit. And somebody bought me a coffee. If that was you, thank you. I really do appreciate that, because you helped me with the purchase of this coffee today, so I could talk to you about this bug that I see on the ground right here. That is the biggest darn stink bug I have ever seen. Holy crap, holy. And he's all shiny and black. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Dude, he is making his way across the road right here. I gotta keep up with him. In fact, he's making me move. Dude, that's like the Mac Daddy. All right, stink bugs. There's the sky again. It's beautiful out. And so my goal, I'm just excited. I wanted to tell you about it. I'm excited because I've realized in the last few days that I'm going to make this my goal to explore, take you with me, do videos, YouTube. I want to do one every single day. I'm trying to. Yesterday, it's kind of hard too and challenging. Yesterday, I didn't know what I was going to do, so I just came home kind of late from working at the theater last night, and I thought, well, I'll just make dinner and tell you and show you. So I made dinner, and you were in the video. I watched, you saw. I mean, my dinner was in the video last night. Something about that is, it tastes good, but it's extremely sweet. It's way sweeter than I'm used to. I'm used to the black coffee with nothing in it, just black coffee. But I wanted to just tell you, because I'm real excited about it. I have some life goals. YouTube, traveling, exploring. I just can't stay home. I gotta, it's not that I don't like being home. It's just that I like to do things. I like to go and do things, go out. And when you go out and do things, just like even as much as going to work, sometimes going to work and coming home is nice. Go do something hard all day, and then you come home and relax and rest or whatever. Because sometimes work, in my line, my type of work, it's always physically hard. Being an electrician is not easy most of the time. It can be very, very hard physically. And working in the theater is very hard physically. I get tired. I'm jumping up and down off a scissor lift. I'm holding up, picking up big, heavy curtain. That curtain thing was, how long was that thing? 30 feet long maybe, because I think it was two 15-foot sections. And I had the whole thing on my shoulders. I'm carrying on my shoulders, and I'm bolting it down and using the lift to help me. And it's kind of hard. And it's sweaty. It's hot in there. Oh God, it's soaking wet. You know when you have a little bit of a dad belly right here, you have this little dad belly thing going on, and you start sweating, and there's this circle right here. I had that going on today. I was looking down, and I was like, oh man, what's going on here? But I've never had life goals before, and that just kind of excites me. There was never a goal in life, but right now I have a goal, and I'm excited. I'm glad you're here with me. I'm walking. It's a beautiful walk this evening, drinking my coffee, sharing with you a little bit. So update on my car, if you recall, if you're a watcher, if you're a regular watcher, hey, it's Tim. My little Jeep Renegade, Audrey and I were rear-ended on the freeway. It's totaled, it's gone, it's destroyed. I searched for that car for so long. It's used, I bought it used from CarMax. And I searched for the one I wanted with the right stuff on it, because they make a bunch of different packages and trim levels and stuff. And I found the one I want. I found a couple when I bought it. I bought it last summer. I didn't even have it for a whole year, and it's destroyed. It's just the way it goes, right? It's just what life throws at you. So I owe on the loan, and so the insurance companies reached out to the bank, and just yesterday, yesterday, they send me a settlement offer. It's not even going to pay off the loan at the bank. So they wanted me to, I said, hey, that's not going to work. Look behind me. Oops. Dropped my cup on the ground. Look behind me. Oh, look at that. Holy moly. You look at that while I'm talking to you a little bit. So see, I can't, that messed me up. That just messed me up. The beauty of nature. Let's see if we can more zero. There you go. Look at that, dude. And dudettes. That's cool looking. So insurance. Yeah, I'm dealing with my insurance, and they're not going to give me enough money to even pay off the loan, so I had to do a little fight back there. I did a little fight back, and I had to send them comps, like comparable sales of the vehicle, comparable to mine or whatever. Whatever the heck that means. I sent them 3 vehicles for sale of the same make, model, and year. So to say, hey, look, you're hosing me here, people, from your insurance. And then I just kind of sent it off, and I said, you know what? At some point, not everybody's going to agree with me on this, but at some point you have to go, the things of life are not always fair. It just sucks, you know? It's not going to be fair. It's not supposed to be, well, I wish it was, but it's not going to be fair, and the things of life sometimes just kind of suck, and they're not fair. And I'm okay with that. You know, I'm better being okay with that than fighting and going through all kinds of fight. I don't like fighting. I'm more of a go, easy does it, go with the flow kind of guy. And that just keeps me happy. It keeps me sane, calm, just what it is, and just move on. Just move on, take what you can get. You do 1 or 2 little rebuttals, and then just take what you get and move on, and just call it, that's what's supposed to go. That's how it's supposed to be. That's just how it's going to go. It's all right. I'm looking over my shoulder at the sun. It's beautiful. So soon I should hear back from the insurance if they're going to honor those comps and meet me halfway or something like that. Give me a little more money to at least pay off my loan so I can start from scratch. I guess I could be okay with that. I really don't have equity in it except for the down payment that I had made. So pay off my loan. I can start over. The cool thing is, it's the car that I have picked out as its replacement is in St. Louis, Missouri, and I will be possibly taking the Amtrak train, because I love to take the Amtrak train. And why? Because they have free coffee. If you have a roomette, you get free coffee. Well, it's included. Nothing's free. It's included. Your meals are included. It's kind of relaxing. You don't got to do anything when you're riding on the train. You just have to show up for the meal times. You just sit in your seat and look out the window and show up for the meal times. And I love it. It's just so peaceful. So probably go over to St. Louis, pick up the car, drive back, do a road trip video series, go visit my aunt in Kansas in the heartland, and take you along with me. I think that would be fantastic. That could be as early as the end of this weekend into the next week, for whatever. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. Sometimes that stuff takes time, I understand, but yeah, it is pretty. I have life goals. I want to spend the rest of my life exploring first the city. I've already explored this city pretty much to death, and I can't afford to go anywhere. That's why the videos haven't been very exploratory lately. They've been all just close by, but can't really afford to go anywhere. So soon, we're going to explore outside the city, outside the state, outside the country, maybe even. That would be an ultimate goal I have. Because I've only been out of the country a little bit. I've been to India. I've never been anywhere cool outside the country. I've been to India. And I've been to, well, that was kind of cool. And Mexico. I've been down to deep Mexico twice, to Chiapas twice, which was enjoyable. But sometimes the conditions in which you are traveling and visiting these countries is not always the best. It looks like I'm walking in the middle of the desert. All of us, it was all green and pretty, and now it's like barren and dry and brown. But here, look at this road. This used to be a little tiny path, and they came through here with a tractor and kind of widened it up and redid it. I'm kind of hoping to get down here a little further, because I don't know if we're going to make it. Before it gets dark, there's a cool bridge that goes over the creek. It's like a little footbridge. It goes over the creek. My coffee is gone too. And it's 7:30 in the PM. I've been talking to you for a long time. Did I tell you that this video is about life goals? I've got life goals. I don't know how else to say it, other than I'm kind of excited because I've never really wanted to do something. I mean, I've liked to do things, and I'm also very ADHD, and things come and go into my mind. You can tell by the way I talk. Come into my mind, come and go, in and out so fast. You know what's funny? Today I was working in the theater, and I got down there. I told him I'd be there about 12. I got there about 12:30, and he had just painted the whole stage black. And he knows I'm coming there to work on the stage. And I can't now because he just painted this whole stage black. And I said, "Where'd you start?" And he said, I started over there. It's probably almost dry. And I said, all right. So I waited about 15 minutes. It kind of tacked up and got dry. And I had to drag the scissor lift all over it. So I ripped up the paint in a bunch of places. And then I kind of felt bad. I'm like, hey, don't paint that stage when I'm about to come in here and make a mess and work on stuff and cut wood. There's sawdust all stuck in the paint now. And then I was leaving this evening. There's another guy coming to do some different kind of set building. He's a carpenter. I'm an electrician. He's a carpenter. And he was showing up right as I was leaving, and he was going to throw another coat of paint on right before he showed up. I said, don't paint the stage again right before the carpenter shows up. He won't be able to work. What was that? Something just ran. I don't know if it was a bird or if it was a four-legged creature, but it looked large. It doesn't do you any good because you didn't see it, and that's not very fun to look at. But yeah, he's going to paint the stage, and the stage is all tacky right before the guy shows up. I thought that was kind of funny. Sorry, Chris, if you're listening to this, I apologize. I don't mean to say anything mean. He's probably not, he doesn't watch my videos. He doesn't have time. It is much brighter in the camera. As I look at the camera, it's much brighter than it is in real life. I think that's all I want to say. I'm just excited. I got life goals. I've never had that before. I've got to get my car situation figured out. Money is, and life situation is, I'm sorry, I'm using you as a sounding board, I believe. Money is come and go and day by day right now for us. So it's kind of tight. I think that's it. Or I'm just going to talk your ear off. You know what you could do? It's kind of late now, but it's kind of a pretty walk. You could just turn the volume down and watch me walk down the path, because that's kind of pretty, and just put on some music. That'd be cool. But I want to thank you for listening to me today as I talk about life goals and my car situation, Pumpkin Spice Latte right here, and what I did today. It's pretty cool that you stuck around. I don't think I'm going to go any further. This has been a nice walk. I think I'm going to go home and make dinner. The sky's looking nice. Yeah. I hear people talking over there. All right. Hey, thanks for listening to my video today. Watching the view. I am walking back now. But I'm not going to talk to you on the way back. That's terrible. I am long-winded. Oh, you know what else I did today? I told you, I think earlier in the beginning of the video, I told you I worked at Round Table in high school. Now, I graduated from high school. I'm just going to say it now. I graduated in high school in 1990. And when I was 17 years old, I was a junior. No, I might have been a junior. A junior in high school, I started working at Round Table. Maybe I was a sophomore. I started working at Round Table Pizza. It was the summer after my sophomore year. That's what it was. I started working at Round Table Pizza, and I worked there for about 6 years. And the guy that I worked for, he was the manager, eventually became the owner of that particular Round Table store, because the guy that owned all the Round Tables in San Diego retired and sold off the stores, and he bought that one. So the guy was a manager. He has worked there for like 60 years. No, he's not that old. 50 years. And he owns it and he runs it now. And occasionally I go in and talk to him because I think somebody, maybe you can relate, the first job you had in your life, he was a good boss. He was a good teacher. We were all in high school. Everybody that worked there was in high school. There's a few guys that were older because you had to be older to serve beer and wine. Taught us a value and an ethic in your job. And he told us all the time, to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. So if your shift started at 5, you don't show up at 5. You're standing on the kitchen floor with your apron on, ready to work at 5. That means you got to get there, however long you think it takes you to get in position. To start working. Maybe you're running the register, then you stand at that register at 5. You don't walk through the door at 5. He taught us that value in our jobs. And that was important. And I take that with me, and I tell my kids about it. And I told them that today. I went and saw him today. That's what I was going to tell you. I went and saw him today. I go see him every month or so and check in on him and see how he's doing, because he's a grouchy old guy now. But he's funny. And hey, thanks, Todd. If you know me and you know Todd, he's kind of a grouchy. People don't say, you have to know Todd. He's just kind of coarse. But he taught us a good work ethic. And to clean up your mess. When you're done, when you make some pizzas and you're doing your thing and you're working, don't just walk away from it and go sit down somewhere. Clean up the mess you just made. Put things back where they go. Close the doors. You know, pepperonis and cheese and whatever gets all over the place. Sauce and things like that. Clean all that up. Because somebody else might be coming in right behind you to do it or whatever. But clean up your mess. Don't be a slob. Tuck in your shirt. Be presentable. Be polite. Treat customers politely. You know, that kind of stuff. All that stuff. You learn that when you're a kid with your first job. First real job, anyway. Where you actually stayed there for a while. But yeah, I went and saw Todd today. We talked about stuff. Sometimes we talk about the old days. But let's see. I'm 50, 27, 37, 47. That was 35 years ago. 35 years ago. And it's kind of cool that he's still in there. I can go see him occasionally. Wow, I am talking about... I really want to thank you for listening. I'm going to post all this. I'm not editing this out. This is all going to be in the video. Because I kind of hope that maybe you guys can relate. Anybody watching this, you can relate. Maybe your first job sucked. Maybe what you did sucked and your boss was a jerk. Whoever it was, man, woman, whatever. Maybe you worked for your family or whatever it was. It didn't work out or you didn't learn anything. You got fired. I don't know. Let's talk about it. You can tell me in the comments. That's what I'm supposed to say for the YouTube videos. And like and subscribe. And buy me a coffee. And if you do any of those things, I want to thank you. And I want to thank you too, just sincerely, just for watching this far, because this is terrible. I'm just talking your ear off. I can't even take a breath. Probably because of this latte thing I just drank. Sugar and caffeine. Let's talk about our first jobs. Tell me about your first job in the comments. I want to know about people's first jobs, what they did. And the other thing that was cool is all the people that we worked with. The other, we'll say employees, were my friends. My friends growing up. That I'm still friends with some of them today. And we all worked together and there was a camaraderie. And we not only worked together, we were in competition all the time. Who could make pizza the fastest? You know, who could cut a pizza the fastest? And keep up with the busyness and all that kind of stuff. And we played jokes on each other. We used to put... do you like anchovies on your pizza? Probably not. Most people don't. We would take the anchovies and you smash them up between your fingers and rub it around the receiver of the telephone. Now, back in my day, as we all say, the phone used to be connected to the wall, and people would call and order their pizza sometimes. Whether they were going to eat it there, just call ahead and have it ready when they got there, or just call and pick it up, or even call for delivery in the later years. We would go and rub the anchovy goo that you smash in your fingers all over the earpiece on the phone, and then hang it up real gently, and then go in the back. In the office, there was a phone in the office, and call the front. You know, your buddy was up front. We usually did it to the girls because they thought it was the most gross. And we'd call, and they'd answer the phone. Thank you for calling Round Table Pizza. Oh, damn it, God, you son of a... And they'd get anchovy goo, and it was stinky and kind of gross and salty all over their ears and stuff. It was terrible. Isn't that funny? That's a good trick. Another practical joke this was played on me. We used to make the pizza sauce, it was in like a 35-gallon trash can that was on wheels, and you rolled it around, and it would be full. So you'd make sauce. We'd go through a lot of sauce, right? It was back when it was a lot busier. It's not very busy in there anymore, but super busy. 35 gallons of marinara sauce would be in this thing. And the way we made it was you buy... Round Table is a franchise, and they delivered all the product to the makings, the spices, the spice mix, all that kind of stuff. And then you would order tomato paste and tomato sauce, and we mixed all that in a giant mixer thing, and then you dump the seasoning packets so that when you go to Round Table, when you go to franchise or whatever, Round Table place, everything tastes, the pizza sauce is always going to taste the same, the dough's always going to taste the same, etc. One of the girls came and said, Tim, I had my mother's wedding ring, my grandmother's wedding ring, on my pinky finger. I was getting the sauce, and now it's gone. I don't see it on the floor anywhere. I think it's in the sauce. Can you help me? What do you mean? You dropped you think your grandmother's wedding ring is in the sauce? In the sauce bucket in the back of the walk-in cooler? Yeah. We think it's in there. You got to get it out for me. I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. So I washed my hands really good with hot soap and water all the way up to my shoulder. Washed my arm really good with soap and hot water and rinsed it down like a doctor would do. Sanitization. And then I stuck my hand in the sauce bucket, the sauce barrel, whatever thing, all the way down to the bottom. I had red pizza sauce stuck all over my arm, all the way up to my shoulder. all the way up in there, and I'm swirling around in there trying to find this ring. And wouldn't you know it, the girls are all back there in the corner giggling. They're giggling and laughing. And I realized I had been played a fool. I had been played a fool. I had pizza sauce all up my arm. Oh, it was nasty. Another time. This is fun. We're telling jokes. I mean, we're telling pranks that we did. Another time, I went. Can you tell I haven't really talked to anybody today? I went in the back. We had an attic in the ceiling, up in the ceiling in the back in the kitchen, that was open. There was a ladder attached to the wall, and you would climb up there and go up there to get stuff if you needed. There were supplies and things up there, and I would take a 5-gallon bucket of water up there, and then call for somebody. Hey, Renee, come help me with this thing back here. And she would come walking around the corner, and you dump the 5-gallon bucket of water on their head right as they come walking around the corner. Oh, it's a great trick and a great joke. Best in the summer, but that was funny, and it kind of just wrecked the rest of her work shift. You could do things like this. Now, usually this stuff was done when the manager, the boss, Todd, wasn't around. So hopefully he's not listening to what we did. But we had, what is that? Oh, it's a stick. We had fun. We had fun working at Round Table. And again, as I said before, tell me, I thought I heard somebody behind me. Tell me of some of the pranks and tricks and jokes and fun that you had at your first job. So the excitement is first to tell me what your first job was. And then after that to tell me the pranks and the tricks and the jokes that you might have played on each other. But you know what? If you're younger, you probably, like, I don't think you can get away with that stuff anymore. People will sue you. They'll sue you and say you disrespected me by dumping water on my head. And there'll be some reason why you did, because it's because I'm a girl, or it's because I'm a guy, or whatever. Sorry. Well, you know what? I'm out of breath talking to you. It has been a great conversation tonight. I want to thank you for listening to me and being here tonight as I walk and drink my coffee in this beautiful out of doors nature, in the nature. Also, I always try to tell you, I forget all the time, but I want to tell you, if you like hiking and backpacking gear, backpacks, tents, things like that, or just going out hiking and backpacking, go check out my other channel. It's called Hey It's Tim Trails, where I have done a gazillion hikes, backpacking trips, overnighters, things like, we need a gazillion, maybe like 20. Over on my other channel, Hey It's Tim Trails, go check it out if you like that kind of stuff. Subscribe to both channels, whatever. Do everything that you're supposed to do, that we're supposed to tell you to do. But most importantly, I hope you like the video. Not by pressing the button, but just sincerely enjoying my ramblings. All right, hey, that's enough. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got things to do with your family and other things, and I've been keeping you on the phone here, so I'm gonna go ahead and hang up. Hey, love you. See you later, and thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.